Yes.
Try it. Go on, keep trying.
In this episode of Busy Troy, the question is,
Go.
will it start?
Go. Oh, look at that!
What's that there?
We're on our way to get a battery for the...
Quad.
Yeah. Now, while Callum and I do that, let's recap what we did last time we worked on the kids' quad. We got rid of the old fuse and soldered on a new one, and then got to installing the wiring harness back onto the quad, starting at the back with the tail light and moving forward, including a brand new brake light switch along the way, and then lastly connected the spark plug leg to the spark plug. Then it was onto the front brakes, with connecting the brake line from the brake handle to the brake line manifold. Then I realised the front wheels had to come off in order to be able to bolt the front brake calipers to each brake disc. And then finally, the fuel tank. Got a new fuel line with a new fuel filter, and that got connected to the carburetor. And then bolted to the frame. So now, let's get back in the shed and get on with it. Well, we're back in the shed, and finally, Callum and I went out this morning and we've bought the battery. You excited?
Yes.
Yes, well, it's been a long time coming to just get to that point. I still never got to cleaning this up or changing this as yet. When we first pulled this apart, this was sitting here and it was just cable tied on. So I think originally the battery was around about here, which was actually under the seat. So I could tell that someone has made this up because it's certainly not the original one. So we'll work out if we're going to change it to a different position. But in the meantime, all I really want to do right now is we're going to put some fuel in the tank. We're going to connect the battery just sitting here, and we'll just see if it turns over, see if it'll possibly start, because it hasn't been started in a very, very long time. So I guess we'll also check the oil as well to make sure it's got oil. Let's do that. First thing I'm going to do is check the oil. So we're going to take it out, clean it off, because that oil has been sitting on it, and we'll then freshly check it now and get a fresh reading. And that is full, which is excellent. It's absolutely spot on. It's not the cleanest oil, but
At least
it'll do for now to get it going. We're going to need something to stand this on, Callum, because the battery needs to sit up here for the moment.
Well, we can put it on here.
Yeah, but they just won't come that far.
Oh, wait. I can hold it.
No. Maybe I'll just cable tie it on here for now. We'll just do that. Okay, just to hold it in place. Hold that there, Mother. Just to hold it in place for now, just so we can try it out. And we'll have to get a couple of screws for this, just to... Oh, yeah, that's not going to work because now it's too high for that. Didn't consider that. I didn't check the height of this, so we're definitely going to have to make something because that won't fit now. Right, so when you buy these batteries, they come with the right size screws. They come with the little square nuts that are already threaded, and they go in. Hold that, Callum. We'll put on the negative onto here. Hang on, just wait, Callum. And then that picks that up. And let's just move that closer. We've just got a couple of cans to put the battery on, just so it can reach. Right, that now has power. Oh, guess what? I don't think we don't. We haven't got the ignition and the key plugged in, which is up here somewhere, the brand new ignition with the key, because the other one is in the body, the key and the ignition, and I bought a new one, remember?
Yeah.
Okay, found it. So we're literally going to take this out.
That was
Can
easy.
you grab that and that?
Then,
We got a brand new key for the ignition, which has just got to plug in. This is going to attach to the plastic body, and oh, that sounds nice and fresh. This is the connection right here.
Yep.
For it to go into. Now, this is not. So that's obviously off. There's the off. It's marked off and in line with it. That's in. That is now on. Okay, that's on.
but shouldn't you turn it off for now?
No, because we're literally just going to see if the engine turns over. That'll tell us if we've got everything in play. Now remember
But don't you need fuel?
the alarm system here, the kill switch. We're not sure if we're going to be unplugging it, if it'll work without it or not. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
It's not going to start because there's no fuel in it, but
Yeah.
we just want to see if we can turn it over first. Well, the horn works. Okay, so stop shaking. This. Oh, I've already seen a problem. This ground wire is not connected, and that definitely needs to be connected for it to work. So, let's do that.
Why does it connect?
Let's turn the key off in the meantime. Remember in my very first video when we started the shed cleanup, I said I wanted one of those toolboxes that was on wheels. I got it. You've probably seen it in the background of a few of the other videos. I got it. I couldn't wait anymore. I had some money aside and I got myself my first proper big tool kit, and I am super happy. Anyway, let's move on.
At least it's
Right, let's turn the key. See if. Oh. Yeah, the horn doesn't even work. How does the horn not even work? The horn doesn't even work, then something's really wrong. What have I just done?
Oh,
I've put that on. They can't be making it not work.
should we put it there?
Hang on. What on earth? Okay, what we've done so far is the horn was working intermittently. So we've disconnected the immobilizer and the horn still works. So I've now taken a direct wire from the battery onto the starter motor, and it does turn over. So we know that the starter motor works and it does turn over. So all of that is a good sign. Now we just got to work out why the switch is not working. So I think I'm going to quickly disconnect this, pull this apart and make sure that there's no carbon buildup on the switch, because I know that does happen, and I have cleared carbon off either this one or the other switch before. So we'll quickly check that and make sure it's good, and then work out the next thing. But when I know that as soon as we plug in the immobilizer, turn the key off and turn it on, it works, and then it doesn't. So still working it all out. So unplug the control switch so we can take it up to the bench, pull it apart so we can have a look at what's going on the inside. Wasn't that hard to get apart at all. Out comes the multimeter to start checking that we've got continuity in the places where it should be. Out comes that red switch, which we'll find out later is actually the kill switch. and just test a few other spots here and there. But as I look a bit further, I'm starting to get a bit frustrated with some of this wiring, that's for sure.
Press, press, press. This doesn't look very good in here.
Well, can you order another?
Well, I tried doing it. Can't get exactly the same as this one because this has got a horn, the starter, and a light switch, and this red. I'm not even sure what the red one is.
Wait, do you know
It doesn't have indicators.
where
so-
is the other new one that you got?
Well, it's over there. It's got different plug on the end as well, different amount of wires, so that doesn't help in that respect.
So I get out a nice fine flathead screwdriver just to start cleaning up some of the terminals, just to make sure that the connectivity is really as good as it can be. And then moving around some of these wires too much, just snapped them off. So no harm in making sure that they're as best as they can be. So I resoldered a stack of the wires back on, made sure they were all good, and then checked them out as well with a continuity test. Okay, we've spent a considerable amount of time pulling it apart, going through, testing the wiring, doing all the continuity checks, and found that, bring that here, found this here is actually part of the kill switch. So when it's center, as it was when we were trying it the entire time, it's not connecting the switch at all. This needs to be over to the left to actually connect this here, because all the markings on here are completely gone. I know that's the lights, we know that's a horn because it works, and we know the switch works because we've tested it. When that is to the left, it is on. What it does when it's in the middle and to the right, well, we're yet to find out. But that is now on, and that should work. So we're going to plug it in and test it out. Go on, Callum.
Yep, did.
In. All right.
Turn the key on.
Yep, turn it on.
Yeah.
That's it. Let's check the horn first. That's the giveaway. And the ground wire that was loose before, I've now connected to the motor because I'm pretty sure that's where it goes. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Still nothing. Okay, let's pull this off and make sure I've got that continuity again. Right, so you're just going to press that button, because we know that the ignition wire, the switch wire, is this yellow one with a red stripe and this dark green one. Go. Okay, again. Yep, again. Right, so that's definitely working. Try it. Horn works. Press that. Unless this again has to be plugged in, we don't know. I don't know, that's the thing. I don't know if this has to be plugged in and activated. We still do have the switch, the remote, but I gotta check if that battery works. This, I can't remember the name of this thing. It's like a rectifier or something. That's new. I mean, this solenoid right here, this could be the problem. So I need to test if this solenoid here is okay. So there's still a few things we're going to go through and actually work out. So we'll work on that
But at least
now.
the horn works.
Well, the horn works.
Uh,
Did you turn the switch off?
okay.
Okay, so watched a quick video and just realized that, of course, the quad has a safety switch in it, and the brake handle has to be pulled to activate part of the wiring, which of course we weren't doing. So we're now going to retry it again. Let's make sure, where's the power? Right,
That is on. Check the horn works.
No.
What do you mean no? Why is there a no? No horn? Why is my horn working? What is going on? We are not having much luck here.
There we go.
Yes, works. All right. Still nothing. No, that's on. Yay! Great. Now try it. Nothing. Yeah, try it. Nothing. Woo-hoo-hoo! Excellent.
Now we need to put fuel, don't
Okay, right. It turns over.
I'm now just so excited.
Yes, I know you are. All right.
Oh.
Happy days. All it was
Whee!
forgetting that that needs to be on. So the fact that it turns over means we can
Put fuel in?
put the cover back on. Or we actually should try and start it. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So we'll put a bit of fuel in. We'll put the solenoid back in place because I didn't test it, but we now know it turns over. And we will, we'll attempt to start it. Okay, so we're going to take the spark plug out. We're going to make sure that we have spark. Then we'll put it back in. We'll put some fuel in because we've got new fuel hose. We've got new fuel filter. We don't have all that connected yet, but we know the choke has got movement. And we know we can also make the accelerator work. So let's do that. Okay,
Do you want me to do it?
hang on 2 seconds. Make sure the horn works. Okay, that's on, and when you press the button, yep, we have spark.
See?
Turn the switch off,
Which one?
the main switch. Let's take this out. Put this back in here.
Well, now we know that it sparks.
So we've got spark.
Now fuel.
We can put fuel in,
I got the fuel.
and hopefully the little carby is all good. I put in a homemade gasket in here to seal it up. How come you just turn up when the fun starts?
Because I was reading.
You're reading.
Yeah.
Good.
Just not interesting.
Okay. That's on. That's on. Although I'm sure it shouldn't point downwards like that. A little bit of
I
fuel.
can hold it.
See if the fuel filter fills up.
Yeah.
Yep. I can see it filling up.
Really? Where?
Yep.
I can't. Oh, yes, I can. Oh.
That'll be enough for now. Right. Are we ready?
Yes.
Key on?
Yes.
Horn?
No.
What on earth? What is going on?
It stinks.
Hmm?
The fuel stinks.
Try starting it. We have an electrical short somewhere.
It won't work unless the horn works.
Why is it as soon as we want it to work, it doesn't turn over?
Like,
Try again.
horn?
Why? What is going on?
Well, the horn should work. Now it does.
It looks like there's a loose connection somewhere. Working? Horn? Again? Okay. Switch.
Yes.
Try it. Go on, keep trying. Go on. Keep going. Okay, turn off. Turn off. Oh no, you've turned off. Right, I'm going to pull the spark plug again and we'll see if fuel is getting down the spark plug, because if it's not getting down there, then obviously that's the next problem. So let's take this off again. And that is dry. The fuel is not getting down into the carburetor.
Huh?
That is dry, that is not wet. Yep, that is not wet. So we may very well have to take the carby. The carby, this is the carby, right? This is the carby. Carby is short for carburetor.
Ah, yes.
Okay, so we may very well have to take that off. Because, you know,
Wait, should we
the
try
float and everything under here could be getting stuck. It should have come through by now. It should have come through by now. The fuel's not getting to the spark plug. If there's no fuel hitting the spark plug, it's not going to start. So, let's try that. We'll just try it once more. I'll put the, well, the fuel's not getting down there, so that's not going to make a difference. What I do want to try, may help, is it's an old trick of putting fuel directly into where the spark plug is, putting it in, and that fuel ignites and starts and can sometimes help pull the fuel through. Okay, what we're going to do is, come in here, Heidi. I'm going to take off this clip down here, which is holding the fuel line on. We need to move that up. Of course, it wants to be difficult. That is going to come off. That fuel, you ready? That's going to come out. That we need to hold that up there. You need to hold that up there. It's going to be a bit painful.
I'm touching fuel.
That's fine. Just keep that up there. Just don't have to breathe it in. Keep your head up.
I can still.
It might. It might
I can
not.
see
Let's
the
just
fuel
try it. Let go. Let go. Okay. Leave that there like that.
Shouldn't we put it in?
In there. There. That's what we want.
There.
Okay. Now we're going to
Now.
get. I think that's 8 mil.
No,
No, it's bigger.
it's 9 mil. I'm guessing.
I think it's going to be 10. Yes, cool. Okay. This can come off out of here.
Hey, what are you doing?
Okay, we've got this out. We will take, there's 2 screws. Oh, see, there is fuel in the bowl, which is good. We're going to take these 2 screws here off. I reckon the float could be stuck on the inside and that's stopping the fuel from flowing. Okay, right, let's get this apart and let's have a look. Fuel is coming out of there. Oh, what on earth?
What?
There's all this stuff, black stuff coming there. Can you see that, Heidi? There's black stuff in there. That cannot be in there. That is not good at all. Where on earth did that come from? All right, see, oh look, there are ants. There are ants. Ants were in here.
In fuel.
Yes.
That's why they're dead.
They've gotten in through this hole, I bet. No, that's not a hole. No, there are ants in here. And if ants are in there, they could be through other parts of it for all we know. So look, that black stuff, there are ants. So this here is the float. And inside under there, that's called your needle. So that's your needle and float and that.
Get the ants.
I don't think that is working. So So let's get the air compressor on and we'll give everything a quick blowout.
I'll get it on.
And then we'll put it back together. I need to put this needle and a float back in. Or needle and seat, I should say. See that there, Callum? Ready? That's called the needle. Right, it's got a little rubber end on it. And that goes in there, and that's what floats up and down with this float. That's what sits on there. And that's how it lifts up and down.
So this was a super good opportunity to show Callum and the girls just exactly how a basic carburetor system works with the float and the seat. Anyway, put the carburetor back together, making sure the O-ring is in place, get it back over to the quad, get all that in place and get that bolted in so we can then reconnect it all and try it out and see if we have any luck.
Let's put the spark plug back in and then let's put it all together and
Try start it?
try starting it. Right, let's...
Oh!
We've got the fuel back on first.
Oh,
Wait. Move back because I need to be able to get that
smells gross.
on there.
Jasmine. We're gonna taste if it's good or not and try start. It will.
Okay. Right, let's
Okay,
get ready. Hang on, slow down.
I'll put some on.
Right. Check that the horn works. This is now on.
That's it.
Go. Again. Okay. Let's take the spark plug out and see if we have fuel. Say now.
Doesn't that just give it better sound?
That is still not.
Should we just put fuel on it?
Still not wet.
Daddy, you gonna put music over this?
And here I tried an old trick where you get some fuel, shove it down into the piston area,
The fuel's going in there.
put your spark plug back in, and away you go. Sometimes when the fuel's not coming through, that can help bring the fuel through. But this being on such a straight angle didn't exactly help a lot, so I had to use a silicon tip and a cap to get the fuel in.
Brake. Everything. I'm just gonna check the horn. Yep, works.
Go. Go,
What the
go.
heck? It's
Go.
leaking.
Try again. Okay, we've plugged the immobilised unit back in because there's fuel there as far as I'm aware, and we've got spark, so it should be going. So whether it's that, I don't know, but
Okay.
we're about to try. Go on. Does the horn work?
No. So. Okay.
Go.
So at this point, with the parents turning up, I went inside, took a break, had a coffee with them, and then Lachlan decided to come in and give it a go. He gave it a good looking over as well, but he had no success either. So then, Mum and Dad left. Bowen thought he'd come in and help out just by carrying a tape measure around. And I was getting to the point where I was getting stumped again. There was only one other thing that I hadn't taken apart, and that's the carburetor intake pipe. That's the one that goes from the carburetor onto the body of the motor, over the piston. And that's what feeds the fuel from the carburetor into the piston so the spark plug can fire it. And I did happen to mention in part 6 of the quad series that I had made a vital mistake, but of course I hadn't discovered that, but I was about to.
Oh, look at that!
What's that there?
Yes, but look, it's blocked.
But
It's
what?
supposed to have a hole in it.
Why? Is that why it's not starting?
Yes. I don't know if you can see that, but
So that's why it's not
Yeah.
starting. You should have a hole.
yes, you might be able to see there. Did I make that?
Yeah.
I made this gasket, and I never put a hole through it. So all the fuel has just been sitting in here. It hasn't been going through.
That's why it's not starting.
Yes, that's why it's not starting. Here it is, the vision from part 6. I cut it and I put it on. No hole.
Obviously, if we put a hole, it should
Your
start.
choice should be Doofus Troy.
Or
Well, so in theory, we'll fix that up and it should start. Okay, now that we've worked out what's going on, that was there like so. That sits on top of, where's the bolt that I had here? The one here. Take it out.
Huh?
Well, this has to go on top, doesn't it?
yeah, does.
Leave a comment. Tell me if you've done anything like this in the past where you've made a grave mistake like this and found out way later.
I reckon this is probably
What one? Right here.
going to start. That is my guess. Right, there's the key on. Check the horn. Stop lights on. Go. That's it, let go. Running.
Great success. We have a quad that works. Lockie came in because he could hear it starting, lifted the back end up. So it allowed me to pull on the throttle just so we can give it a few revs and get the wheel spinning. Happy days.
Great success! We have a working quad. Woohoo! After all of that.
Oh, Dad, should we
It
fly
worked.
without this on?
Yes, we could.
Oh,
We're just going to be careful of the battery, right? Because it's moving.
Oh.
Battery, just pull the battery. All right, calm down, calm down. Gotta have success. All right, yes, let's just take this off. That's a good idea. Let's see if it works without it.
I know why it didn't start. Because there was a piece of cardboard stopping.
When I made the new gasket, I didn't cut the middle out.
Oh. So the fuel wasn't getting hot.
No.
I made this new gasket, and I never cut the middle out. It's just blanking it off. So when I took this off, all this fuel was coming out. I'm going, why's all that fuel coming out? That's...
Yeah, no one must like your bicycle wouldn't work.
All right, Callum Robert, let's try it once more.
Is it off?
Right, back lights on. Go.
I'll just try that one. Okay.
It starts without it. I don't need to. Oh. Ah, there you go. That's what that switch does.
That's how you turn it off.
So you leave it there, or leave it there, and then when you turn it on, you go put it there.
And then
Woohoo! So yes, we've just taken that off, and it still works without it. So
we don't need it. We can just chuck
we
it
don't
out.
have to. We don't have to have that on.
It's actually really loud. Like.
Well, because the exhaust is not on.
Yeah, it's going. Boo.
So what we'll do from here is we'll quickly clean up the floor because all the fuel was coming out.
And we can put it all back
And
together.
we can, Well, we're first out, now I've got to work out about the battery. The battery is taller than what must have been in there originally, but it's not the original battery box, so that's the next thing to work on.
I know.
So after trying to put the battery box in a couple of different places, there was really only one place that it can go, and that is under the seat. Now I know lots of quads have the battery box under the seat, so it just makes sense for it to go anyway. I did put the cover over, just temporary, so I could see that it was accessible, and there is a hole in the spot where we're putting the battery, so 2 and 2 does make 4. Here we are, holes are drilled. I did curve the tabs of the battery box around to fit the frame, which just happened to be enough material there to make it work. So after drilling them, found some bolts on the bench with the nuts and did them up.
Okay. Right.
Try and put the battery in.
No, wrong way around. That way. We need the plate and the bolts.
Okay.
Along here, make sure the wiring's not getting squashed. You need one of those. You need one of those that goes through. Yep. There's the negatives on this side, positives on this side.
Every little bit of information like this is just for Callum's sake, so he learns how all these things work. Now, while I know about positive and negative,
Right?
I say things out loud half the time just to remind myself.
Go.
Oh.
Happy days. It works!
So we just need to put it back together.
You can tell that Callum is super excited. So we started with the brake handle. The view glass on the old handle had broken and all cracked away. So we already had a new one ordered. It was there and that was swapped out. Then the ignition switch, disconnected that from the wiring harness, but we needed to get the old one out from the body.
There's a ton of
Oh, is there?
glue or something on here. I'm gonna break it off. We need a small flathead screwdriver. Hang on.
Flathead. Dad, there's a spare key.
Yep. Oh, there you go. Look at that. It's not turning on. Put the key in. Watch yourself. Clean it. Bingo. Look at that. Alright, that's done and
We've
ready to go.
Yeah, when we're done.
Let's cable tie some of the back wiring.
Oh, yes. That's next.
Then the cover pretty much can go on.
Drop these.
We don't have enough. I don't have enough bolts because if you remember from the very first one when we were stripping it, all the bolts that were in the footwells we had to grind out. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to have to get some more bolts, but we're completely out of money at this stage.
Wait.
So we can
can
have a
find
bit.
some
No. We need really short ones
You
with big
grind
button
them
heads on
down.
them. So yeah, I have found another one of these bodies, unbelievably, on eBay for like $136. It's just completely black, which is fine. It doesn't come with this center bit for some weird reason, but that's what tells me it's the right one because this bit actually comes out. So I will.
Wait, we're not getting a new one, are we?
Well, I think eventually, because this, I mean, we'd certainly put a lot of, it's powder coated and there's a few new bits on there. So, I mean, the outside bit is the actual bit that you see the most and that would stand out the most. So, and these separate footwell bits, these ones here, you can buy them completely separately as well. So, we'll see. But for the moment,
We're going to have this cover.
we only have to give this, you know what, let's give it a brush. Grab the brush from under there. Get the brush from under the cupboard. And see how many spiders you can disturb. Yep, you give it a clean out. Give it a really good clean out. Let's put one on here. You can grab some more of these small ones out, Bobby.
That's a lot.
Fuse.
Yippee.
Okay. That is fairly good and out of the way.
How long to the cover? Not long.
Okay, well, let's put a cable tie on this wiring just here. Yeah, right, hang on. This way. That's it. Like that. In there, like that.
Now I did find another ground wire at the front of the wiring harness. So of course that needed to be connected to the frame, and a little rectifier here just happened to be the closest spot. So of course it made sense to connect it to that.
Like that. See?
Woo! Oh,
do it.
I didn't see that.
Very good that you saw it. Okay.
I'm like, what's that doing there? Now what?
So that's now cable tied in.
Now what do we do?
That's in.
Is it the cover or?
I think the cover probably can go on.
So that's what we did. Now is a great time to like, subscribe, share the videos with friends and family. I really appreciate your help, people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the video so far, or if anything that you've seen may have helped you out with any of the projects that you might be doing around your place.
Everything lines up, so that's everything lines up. Which kind of expected would anyway, but it's exciting.
That is going to wrap up this video. There's only one more after this where we'll get it completed,
Want me to plug it in now?
and will the kids be able to ride it?
Okay.
You'll find out next week.
Perfect. That's the key in.